Hey guys, what's up? My name is Dan and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking all things Arsenal. A bit of a long awaited Arsenal video, apologies. Obviously I had work over the last 5 days or so I couldn't do a video. But I'm here now, I've got some days off, so we're going to do a couple of videos over the next couple of weeks. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Obviously we've got two games to talk about. Obviously the Burnley game in the league and then obviously the Champions League midweek game against Prague. We'll talk about Burnley first. Again, another standard Premier League game, another standard Cup 2-0 win, and another clean sheet, which is brilliant. We're on a bit of a really good roll at the moment in terms of not conceding goals, not conceding shots. I mean, Burnley had one shot on target the whole game. And yeah, it was pretty standard, to be honest with you. I mean, it wasn't anything too exciting. I mean, it was nice to see Declan Rice get on the score sheet. Chelsea fans have been piping up over the last week or so, trying to compare him to Caicedo and and obviously Talk Sport as well, trying to make out Declan Rice isn't as world class as he is. Yeah, it's nice to see him getting on the score sheet. I mean, he's been an assister. He's an assist machine. His dead balls and his set piece quality is just outstanding, and he puts it on the plate for so many of our players. But for him to score a couple of goals as well is brilliant. And yeah, like I said, Declan Rice is a world class midfielder. One of England's best midfielders, maybe the best England midfielder right now. And Caicedo just can't really compare to him, to be honest with you. And then Gyökeres as well, getting a really really important goal. 6 goals for him now in all competitions, 4 in the league and 2 in the Champions League, which is great. Still getting criticised for some weird reason. Everyone else, Isak scored 1 goal, whatever. Sesko's on 2, and Bomo. Loads of other players, loads of other strikers from every other team. Pedro, I think he's got a couple of goals. But yet, Gyökeres is on 6 goals, and it's not even, it's only just gone into November. And he's the one that's being criticised for some weird reason. It's kind of weird. But again, if you talk about Arsenal online, you're going to get the clicks, so that's obviously the only reason that you'd bring Gyökeres up. Especially in criticism, you want to rage bait Arsenal fans and get those clicks. So it's unfortunate, it's a shame that people have to reduce to do that, but it is what it is. Gyökeres is flying for us right now, he's doing brilliantly. Everything he does on the pitch is brilliant. He's uplifted our game, upgraded our game, attacking wise, and the goals are, more goals are going to come if he stays injury free. At the moment he's injured which is unfortunate. I'm just going to say he stays injury free, but he's injured right now for a couple of weeks or so. I think he's back after the international break, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's going to be he's going to be a big miss. Obviously we've got Sunderland coming up in the weekend. We'll talk about that in a minute, but yeah, overall, brilliant game against Burnley. Burnley away is always going to be a tough game. They had 1 shot on target the entire game. That's just how everyone plays against us right now. It's weird. Every single team that we face plays ultra defensively, dead football, and we're the ones that's getting criticised for it. It's like, well, if everyone else played better, more open, we would play better, and you'd see more goals, and we'd score more open play goals. But it is what it is. Moving on to the Slavia Prague game, obviously this was kind of a more interesting game, mainly because it's away in Europe, it's a Champions League game. It's important that we win all of our games in the Champions League. Obviously, you want to be as high up the table as possible so you can get automatic promotion into the next round. And yeah, it was a pretty decent game. I mean, obviously the first 15-20 minutes, Prague really came out, and it was really refreshing, actually, to watch Arsenal be challenged a little bit, watch our backline be a bit almost vulnerable. It's kind of an odd sensation to feel because obviously we're so used to Arsenal being solid now. So yeah, but once Saka put that penalty away, that was pretty much it, and we knew we were going to get the win. And then Mikel Merino again. I mean, he's a goal scoring machine. I think he's got 9 goals now this season for club and country, if I'm not mistaken. The guy's a midfielder, and never played striker before, and he's one of our best goal scorers at the moment, which is great. Gyökeres is out now. Obviously, Kai Havertz has been out for ages. Jesus has been out for ages. Mikel's come in and he's done the job for us. And he scored, a couple of in open play in this game. He scored a couple of really good goals for us, and important goals, because those 2 goals basically set this game, to bed really nicely and really comfortably. They had a penalty shout as well, rightfully disallowed, which is good because Ben White didn't make the foul. It looked like he did in the actual gameplay, to be fair to the ref, but that's what VAR is for. And VAR in the Champions League is actually quite good at what it does. So, brilliant. Obviously, a brilliant 3-0 win. Comfortable. Broke a load of records, though. I mean, obviously, we've got to talk about Max Dallman, 15 years old. He's the officially youngest Champions League player ever. Which is a fantastic. I don't know when or if that's ever going to be broken. 15 years old, not too far off his 16th birthday, to be fair, but still 15 years old. 17-year-old Harriman Anus, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that way. He's 17 as well, coming on for his debut. Mate, the astounding thing is we've got a massive squad now. The squad's epic. The squad is bigger and better than it's ever been, in my opinion. And we're still bringing on teenagers to get their debuts and to get game time in the Champions League. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. We don't even talk about Lewis Skelly anymore. Enwaneri, obviously Saka is getting on a bit now. He's 23. I think he's 24 now, which is crazy considering, considering him to be old in terms of like I can remember Saka being 18. So, we don't even talk about those guys anymore because we're talking about Dowman, especially in Dowman. 15 years old, bringing him on. The fact that, Skelly's only 18, 19 now, Emineri as well, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. We are producing. I mean, I want to say that Hale End's never produced as many great players as at one time, in one period, under one manager. Than this. I mean, obviously Wenger produced a few starlets, obviously, but this is different. It feels different. It feels special, and long may it continue. I think now it's more about getting more players in. You want to have a massive squad to compete in all fronts. We are competing in all fronts, and you want to have really good players in each position, multiple players in each position. But you do also want to. A club like Arsenal, we've always produced young talent, and now we're keeping them and we're developing them, and we're reaping the rewards from that. More records that we've broken as well. Now let's get to the obviously the records that we've broken. David Raya, first of all, 8 clean sheets in a row. That's not obviously all down to David Raya. Akeba got a clean sheet as well, if I'm not mistaken, in the last week or two. But yeah, 8 clean sheets in a row for Arsenal, which is great. I think that equals a record that we set in 1903, which is absolutely crazy. And then obviously David Raya, personally, he's the quickest Arsenal player, goalkeeper, to get 50 clean sheets. Brilliant. I think he might have equaled the record, but he's equaled it. He's got the record now, which is fantastic. I mean, we've so many clean sheets this season. It's crazy. We just got to keep it up now. And obviously we've got 10 wins in a row, which is absolutely amazing as well. We've only conceded 2 goals in the Premier League, if I'm not mistaken. 4 wins on the bounce in the Champions League as well. That's a record, if I'm not mistaken, for an English club anyway. So we're doing brilliantly right now, even with an injury crisis. We have a legit injury crisis now. Like Kai Havertz, I've already mentioned, Jesus, Madueke's out, Gyökeres is out at the moment, Odegaard's out at the moment. We've got, in attacking positions, we are decimated in terms of injuries. The only good thing is we're doing alright at the moment without these players, because we've got such a big squad. That's good. But when it starts getting into January, if we could just get to January, we start seeing Havertz coming back in, obviously Madueke coming back as well. Odegaard should be done by then as well. So we've got all these players to come back. So you kind of hope that, over Christmas or after Christmas, suddenly we're going to have a massive squad that we can then push onto the second half of the season. So at the moment we're doing alright. We just need to get our players back as soon as possible, and we're breaking records. Again, we've got Sunderland the weekend. That's a massive game. Obviously Granit Xhaka's coming back. He's in flying form right now. Sunderland are doing brilliantly right now. Very, very good. I think they're still in the top four. So it's going to be a hard game. All of our games are going to be hard, but that's in particular is going to be a difficult game. Away from home as well, we just got to think if we can just get a win in that game. We've got the international break to come. We've got a couple of weeks, a week and a half off. Most of our international players are not playing, if I'm not mistaken. I think Mikel Merino might be, and Gabriel for Brazil. But that time off from the majority of the squad, and obviously it gives a couple of weeks extra left for our injured players to come back, and a couple of our players that maybe Gyökeres as well. Like I mentioned, he could be back by the Spurs game. We've got Spurs at the end of the month at home, and then midweek after that we've got Bayern Munich at home, which is, I would say, the biggest game for us ever since the Madrid games last season in the Champions League. So it's going to be a tough game. Obviously, Luis Diaz, who played brilliantly for them this week, is not going to be available, so that's kind of cool. But Harry Kane always likes to score against us, so it's going to be a tough game. At home, I rate us at home. I really do think we're going to do well in this game. Again, it's another chance for us to lay a benchmark and say, look, we are an established top Champions League team now. And if we do get a result against Bayern, touch wood we do. If we do, then I could see us. I mean, I would expect us to get to the semis, if I'm being brutally honest. We're doing really well at the moment in the Champions League. We just got to keep that going. And we've done so well so far that even if we do lose to Bayern Munich, it's not going to be devastating, because the 4 wins we've got already has kept us into a higher. We're joint top at the moment. So if we lose one game, it's not so bad. And then obviously moving into beginning of December, we've got Chelsea away. So tough games. Sunderland's not going to be an easy game, and then international break, and then like I said, Spurs, Bayern, and Chelsea. I mean, they can't really ask for too much of a more difficult week. Obviously, Chelsea away are difficult. Chelsea are going to be up for it. I mean, I think Chelsea are beatable. They couldn't even beat Karabakh this midweek, so Chelsea are beatable. They're doing well. They're better than they've been the last couple of years, for sure. But I still think they're beatable, and we need to be making them benchmark on all these teams. I expect us to win against Spurs at home. I want us to win against Bayern at home, but if we don't, again, it's not the end of the world. And then I expect us to beat Chelsea away. And by that time, hopefully we've got some more of our injured players back, and then we go hard into the Christmas period, and if we can keep our momentum going after Christmas. At the moment, I'm just looking basically right now towards the Sunderland game, and then after that it's just maybe to the Chelsea game when it starts to get into December, and just keep going game by game, and that's all we can do. We can't look too far ahead. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what injuries are going to happen. You imagine that we are going to concede a goal at some point, which is weird. I'm kind of worried about that, because I've forgotten what it feels like to concede a goal, if I'm being brutally honest. Having said that, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx Arsenal, but at the moment we're doing brilliantly, perfectly. In fact, considering the injuries as well, it's just absolutely mind-boggling. It's a miracle, to be honest with you. But we're doing brilliantly. We're doing all we can right now, and like I said, we are still performing in the league. We're 5 points clear, if I'm not mistaken, or 6 points clear. We're joint top in the Champions League, and we're still flying in the Carabao Cup as well. I still really, really expect us to go deep into the Carabao Cup. I want us to get to the final, if I'm being brutally honest. I feel like it's a trophy that we could get, and I think it's a trophy that Mikel needs, if I'm being brutally honest. Like, having said that, it's not going to keep him in the job. Losing the final is not going to lose him his job. But it's nice. It'll be nice to get some kind of trophy, and then if we can get that in, and might give us a boost going into the second half of the season, and the FA Cup as well. Another chance for Max Dowman and Anus and some of the other youngster players, and also the other chance to get fringe players like Kepa, Mikel Merino, and Norgard as well, and players like that, get them more game time, and rest up our players and do rotation, because we're going to have to rotate throughout the whole season. So yeah, anyway guys, so far so good. Let me know what you thought about the Burnley game, what you thought about the Slavia Prague game. Clean sheets everywhere, which is fantastic. Let me know about your questions, all the injured players right now, and what do you think we could do against Sunderland? Do you expect us to win? Do you think it's going to be difficult? And let me know what you think we can do against Bayern. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, anyway guys, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you haven't done already. I really do appreciate it. We talk about Arsenal a lot here, so yeah, thanks for guys watching. Comment down below as well. Just leave a comment. We'll have a conversation. I like to reply to every single comment, and I like to talk to you guys. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you guys very soon. Adios.